What's going on, guys? Back again with another case study. This is actually just from February to March, just a 30-day case study of a new client that we brought on, how it actually helped them grow from $90,000 a month in revenue to over $165,000 a month in just a 30-day period. So there's a few things we're going to be going over in today's video, guys, and here's just the screenshot of the results. In February, we ended up taking these screenshots a little bit late. I think they ended up finishing like 168K for the month, but we ended up taking them around like the 25th of these screenshots. But regardless, you can see they did around $90,000 in the month of February, and then after the month that we came in, over technically 94% increase in sales. Their point of sale, which is like a little mini store in the mall, ended up having a decrease in sales, but overall an 83% increase in sales online and over a 94% increase in sales directly from the direct to consumer side. So we're going to dive into a few things here. Before, the brand, like I said, doing $90,000 a month in February, they're managing all of their growth in-house. I believe like the two owners were doing a bit of the marketing continuously. You can see they were spending like only $3,000 a month on revenue. And their biggest thing was they just had like a million different campaigns running, and just like things were poorly structured regardless. And you can see they were spending around $2,000 a month. And the month prior on Google, they were spending $1,000 a month with a great return, but it was pretty much all into branded search. And afterwards, right, you can see we ended up scaling them in March to over $165,000 a month in revenue. We took over all of their paid traffic as well as their email marketing, and we've been able to scale spend tremendously. So we ended up like basically more than quadrupling the spend on Facebook, spending $8,000 in the month of March as we look towards scaling, 4.5x return on ad spend, and same thing on Google. We pretty much ended up scaling to 8K, just 7.5 with a $30,000 conversion value in terms of generating them revenue, which is awesome. So how do we achieve these results? How can you guys go ahead and achieve similar results? Well, I'm going to dive into quite a few things in this case study. So number one, consolidating their Facebook accounts into basically just two campaigns overall. Like they had probably like 5 or 6 different campaigns running at once, and they're all probably kind of like overlapping and targeting the same thing. So what we went ahead and did was immediately cut these down into one prospecting campaign and one retargeting campaign. I'm going to open those up and kind of walk you through our ideology and how we go ahead and thinking this. So like generally we're using a lot of broad ad sets, and like let's just say, for example, generally we'll have 3 creatives per ad set, but obviously we have a lot more than 3 creatives to test. So we're generally like using these same audiences and then just like duplicating those ad sets with like, again, 3B creative, like 3B round of creatives, 3A round of creatives, if that makes sense, guys. That way, again, we're not like overloading our ad sets with like 10, 20 different campaigns, because we don't have the ability to control the spending on the ad set level. When we're doing things like this, kind of allows us to find out what's working quicker in terms of being able to get the spend more efficiently across all of the ads. Because oftentimes, let's just say you have like 20 ads in one ad set, oftentimes you'll maybe see like 2 or 3 ads being allocated all of the ad spend. How can you know the other ads didn't perform well if they got like $1 worth of spend, right? So this is a quick way that we go around this, and we're pretty much going completely broad on prospecting here. So we'll completely broad targeting, obviously like a small change. So like basically we're targeting women and like a very, very broad age range. Like that's as far as we'll go in terms of the targeting. And then minimal interest, let's just say we're targeting consumers for a cosmetic brand. What we'll do is just simply target the interest cosmetics, right? So keeping it as broad as humanly possible. Again, I want to walk you through the ideology. You go ahead and screenshot, guys, and there's quite a few things that I want to dive into here. So on the right-hand side, this is basically the top of funnel creatives. What we go ahead internally on our team, how we're thinking about the types of creatives that we want to use. So testimonials, value angles, pleasure points, quality of the brand and product, main pain points, features and benefits, strong urgency, social proof, credibility, brand intro, best sellers, UGC unboxing, customer experience, welcome offers. And these are the types of creatives. Obviously there's a few more, but these are the types of marketing angles that we're using, especially in our top of funnel ads, especially if you're very well versed in terms of marketing on Facebook. Today, we're not actually doing too much retargeting and differentiating these ads, but this is basically the strategy that we go ahead in terms about creating the actual ad creative and the ad copy as well. So in terms of top of funnel, guys, you have to remember that these people have absolutely no idea who we are, and the goal is to introduce the brand or the product for the very first time. So we want to keep it light and descriptive, and these are sort of like the quick little angles that we want to go through as an example. The whole purpose of our top of funnel creatives is to engage our audience, make sure they actually watch the ad, so make sure that hook is actually really, really good, and make sure the click-through rate, getting people to the website, that's initial journey that they're going to take in terms of being introduced to our brand. And we have to make sure that their very first introduction, their first impression of our brand is a good one. So it's really important to highlight the benefits of the product, actually how it's going to make their life easier or whatever the case may be, solve a problem, make them feel a certain way, make them look a certain way, whatever. It's really important that we get this point across ASAP, because they're seeing hundreds if not thousands of ads every single day. We need to make sure like people actually understand the product and what we're selling them. And then in terms of the ad creative guidelines, basically same thing that we just went over. It needs to be clear. You want to highlight the problems and issues that we're actually solving, and you want to actually tap into that niche. So like example, if we're targeting e-commerce brand owners, that's something we want to hit on right at the beginning of an ad. Show your audience what they're missing out on, showcase your product, how it actually works, why it's better than the competition, and include UGC, testimonials, etc. These are things that we want to have in all different types of our top of funnel. These are sort of the guidelines that we're using internally when we're working with our clients at the agency. Now, let's move on to the prospecting side of things. Basically consolidated, we're keeping this very, very small, if at all. I mean, 90% of the time we're not doing exclusions on our prospecting campaigns, which means our retargeting audiences are sort of falling into those ads. But again, if we were, and sometimes we do, depending on the size of the audience, we're just consolidating these site actions and consolidating these social actions into, 2 simple ad sets. Same thing with the 3 creative per ad set approach. In terms of middle of funnel, I'm not going to dive into these too much, guys, because again, you can go ahead and take a screenshot. And like I mentioned, we're not really doing too much differentiating in terms of the middle and bottom of funnel targeting. We are doing it in terms of the creative. So you can kind of go ahead and see like, these are sort of the creative guidelines. These are some of the, basically like these same types of ads we're going to be using. Go ahead and see this here. So if you guys want to go ahead and take a screenshot, there's quite a bit of a difference, obviously, between the middle and the bottom of funnel. If you're not aware of that, I'd be more than happy to make a different video on that. I believe there has been one on my channel, but regardless, this is going to be technically what we're thinking about: unboxing videos, competitor reviews, customer collage videos. This actually should say like customer review compilation, product in use, content, we miss you creatives, like especially bottom of funnel. Just sort of these things like this, testimonials from customers. Obviously, you guys sort of understand that. Middle of funnel one, it basically is the exact same thing. These people already know about your brand. So at this point, our goal is just to build trust and actually make these people understand that they want this product, whether it's through urgency, whether it's through FOMO, etc. That's sort of our goal, is building trust at the middle and bottom of funnel, which was, really beneficial to the ads that we built. Now, how did we actually scale these guys? Like, what was the massive difference, not only in terms of like the consolidating of the accounts and obviously scaling ad spend? Obviously, that was one of the biggest things, but you can see this brand utilizes collection drops. They ended up having 1 in February and 2 in March. We actually utilize these in a pretty cool strategy. So 1, Facebook event RSVP. We actually did this on Facebook and Instagram, where people can just sign up for a reminder to be actually have a push notification come to their phone from Facebook and Instagram. You can do this on both. So on Facebook, you just need to go create an event on your page. It's very, very simple to do. And then same thing on Instagram, you go ahead and do that in terms of just creating an event. IG channel broadcast. So this is actually something very new. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys are utilizing this. Now there's actually a separate thing in the DMs called channel broadcasts, where you can actually driving people organically by posting in the story to get people to join this. Like I said, just like a Facebook event, this allows you to have access to a free push notification. So essentially, not only are they getting hit with our ads, not only are they getting hit with a push notification, emails, SMS, but as well, you guys can shoot them a broadcast message in this channel. And some of the clients that we have working with these accounts, like on the actual channels, probably have like a couple thousand, if not tens of thousands of customers within there, which is awesome because again, it's just a free push notification. Same thing with ads. We actually ended up running ads to an email and SMS opt-in. So we simply created separate landing pages where again, like someone can go ahead and sign up, and those were the actual ads that we were running. So like an early access Black Friday sale where we're usually driving people to sign up to the email list. We did the exact same thing here, basically just saying, sign up to the email list before some of our collection drops, etc. We used Facebook ads to drive this traffic to the landing page for around like 14 days prior to the sale. So like pretty much ran it all of March, from the beginning of March to like the 15th, and we had one of the drops there. And then you can see we had the massive drop towards like the end of the month, and that's really what helped us get that big of a return on our emails and everything, was utilizing the ads and getting as many people as we possibly could, whether it was returning customers, new people, into our email list and SMS list, that we could actually email these people into opting in for the sale. And then in March, we ended up taking over all their emails. You can see they're super heavy reliant on email, because obviously when we took this over, not only did we end up generating them from ads upwards of $60,000 in revenue, but we ended up generating over $100,000 from email. So pretty much the entire amount of returning customers came through emails, which so we then ended up changing the way we were structuring our commission with these guys, because obviously the normal way that we charge it is not going to be sustainable for a brand that's really relying on collection drops. So that's more comfortable with obviously changing up our approach. But this is a super sick case study. And in just a 30-day period, we helped this brand utilize 2 collection drops in a variety of ways. Like I said, consolidating their Facebook account, kind of going through this structure in terms of our account, and then utilizing collection drop hype building through, like I said, the messages on the Facebook event, the Instagram event, the IG channels, as well as like getting people into the email and SMS list. And that allowed us to generate over 60% of revenue through emails, which is pretty ridiculous. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you're interested in working with our team, the link below this video is going to be a link to apply to work with us. As well, if you're interested in a personal mentorship from myself and our team in terms of your brand's growth, to join our inner circle, there's going to be a link below. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one.